Okay, so this is episode 2 of the poison type only challenge of Pokemon Yellow. And we are in Pewter City. And we are just going to go straight in, I think, and take on Brock. So we have a high level Nidoran. So we might see an evolution in this episode also, with the end goal being Nidoking, obviously, so we will need to find a Moonstone. But yeah, so Nidoran does learn a fighting move relatively early on, so Double Kick will be super effective. And we should be okay here. The real challenge obviously will be later on when we come up against Psychic, for example, which is going to be super effective against Poison. I'm just going to double check that because I'm not renowned for my knowledge of the type chart offhand. So let me just see if I'm correct about that. So Psychic, yes, is super effective against Poison. And so is Ground. So this Diglett could be a problem if it uses Dig, of course. Although actually it may not know Dig until a later level. So the good thing about Nidoran and Nidoking is that Nidoking can learn Surf and a bunch of other TMs, so they're quite versatile in that way. And I will be trying to get Nidoqueen as well, so we will need to catch a female Nidoran, probably in this episode. Okay, that wasn't too bad, actually. So let's just use a potion. So yeah, if you've watched episode 1, you will see that I've added some timestamps so you can navigate through the episodes with relative ease if you would prefer to do that and just watch the key events. I know some people prefer to watch the full, unedited episode in full, but like I said, there's timestamps there if you need them. So not everybody, I suppose, has an hour to watch Pokemon content. So, if somebody maybe has 5 or 10 minutes, they can use the timestamps to watch those key moments. Alright, let's see how good we are here. I think it hits twice, yeah, okay. Okay, no problems against Geodude. Okay, level 12 Onix. Okay, not too nervous. I think we should be okay again. See, I did not know this as a kid when I was playing. I always thought you needed Butterfree to defeat Brock, because Butterfree learns Confusion. I think it might be super effective. Again, my type chart knowledge, not great. No, it's not super effective, but it does neutral damage basically, whereas Pikachu does nothing with electric. So I always thought you needed Butterfree to progress, but it's actually more preferable to get Nidoran because you get the fighting move. So that's new information to me. Oh, why did I use Tackle there? Hopefully it's enough. No, it's actually not. So that wasn't ideal. Just checking my recording. Yes, we are good. Yeah, we're good. I did lower the game volume slightly. I thought it was a little bit peaky in the first episode. Sometimes with 8-bit chiptune music, it can be quite loud, even though the relative like decibel level's low. I think it pierces through more or something. So I've lowered it slightly. I still want it to be prominent though, because it's part of the experience of playing the game, right? Okay, we have an evolution. So we will have Nidoran here. So yeah, like I mentioned, you can find moonstones in Mount Moon. So that's what we are going to do. So we got, I think that's Bide, TM34. Yeah, Bide. Okay, that was actually pretty decent, so no major issue there. I usually talk to this guy first, but we are Pokemon Champ material. Okay. Alright, so I think we've... Okay, Clefairy came from the moon. So there's a lot of talk about moonstones. Let's just have a quick look in the Museum of Science. Okay. I like these POIs, they just add a little bit of lore, you know, and fleshes out the world, you know. Pretty cool. So we've Aerodactyl. Kabutops. So yeah, I think you can find 2 moonstones. I might have said that already, but yeah, you can find 2 around Mount Moon, so we are going to need both of them to evolve the mid-evolutions of Nidoran into Nidoking and Nidoqueen, respectively, so... Okay, this guy bought a colour TV to watch the moon landing. Interesting. I did talk to this guy, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, I think that's all that you can see here. So I think you do return to the museum at some point, probably to do with the fossils. It's been that long, I can't remember, but you do use cut here. Maybe a secret item here? No. Let's just have a quick look in here. I don't think I've spoken to this person, or these people. Okay, just he's letting you know about traded Pokemon. Yes, okay. So nothing amazing in Pewter City, it's all fairly straightforward stuff. Okay, there is a house here. Let's see who's home. Okay, it's all kind of FAQ stuff, right? Or like tutorial information. Okay, so I think we can progress. There's just some guy here. What's he saying? Yeah, so we will need to find... like repels would be nice going into Mount Moon, because I imagine the encounter rate is quite high. So we'll buy an escape rope. Just nice to have one in case you ever need to back out and heal. So no repels at this point, so you do have to go straight through and take on... Well, you don't have to take on, but you do have to encounter what you encounter. Or you've no choice but to encounter wild Pokemon is what I mean. Okay, so... let's just talk to these guys here. A shady old guy got me to buy... I think he's referring to a Magikarp, right? A shady old man got me to buy this really weird fish Pokemon for $500. Alright, okay. So that's basically everything in Pewter City, so we can progress. Do I need to heal? Yeah, I do need to heal. Okay, so we have our first badge, which is nice, and we have our first evolution. So it's a nice start to the episode. So yeah, the plan now is to... before we progress, we need to catch a Nidoran. And I think this patch of grass still counts as Route 2. Alright. Okay, that's incredibly good luck. The first Pokemon we see is the one we want, and it's a level 6. Let's see. That's what I meant to do. Use Tackle. Okay, so let's use a Pokeball. Nice, okay. So that will be the Nidoran for our Nidoqueen. And those two Pokemon are going to form the basis of the team. The poison type team. So I think they learn slightly different moves. But yeah, two very strong Pokemon once we use the Moonstone. Okay, so before we progress, we should probably just level up Nidoran to level 8 maybe, just to get started on that. I don't want the first Nidoran to steam too far ahead. And in Mountain Moon, we might look at catching a Zubat, although it's not. I don't think it's necessary really at this point. But just to have an option, I think we'll just focus on the two Nidoran for the first few episodes, and then just see what we encounter. The pool of poison Pokemon it's generous enough. Like it's probably like there's a dozen decent options there. We just need to find them. Oddish and Bellsprout are going to be potential Pokemon to catch. The likes of Zubat and like coughing and stuff, they have less utility in that their moveset is quite limited. It'll be just a lot of poison attacks, I guess. But I must check the learn set for Zubat and Golbat. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more useful than I think. I mean, we could probably go for level 10 here. It's not going to take that long, because once Nidoran learns Horn Attack at level 9, although I don't think it's is a Horn Attack? The female version. Let me see. Oh no, it's Scratch at level 8. So once we learn Scratch, we can deal even more damage and get more XP. Yeah, I'm confident we can get to level 10 in this area in good time. And then we can move on to some of the trainers on the next, I think it's Route 3. Just going to swap out here. I love in Pokemon Yellow the coloured, otherwise black, like monochrome sprites. I think they just look great. Whatever, I don't know if they're the same sprites as red and blue, but just with colour, but they look great. And yellow is just, it's a sweet spot because it's Gen 1. It's still quite old, but it still has a kind of a Gen 2 feel about it, if that makes sense. Okay, Pidgey level 5. Just going to swap out again. Okay, level 8, nice. And we learn Scratch. It's actually an ideal spot for farming XP because these level 6 and level 7 Pokemon are great. It's actually more difficult to farm XP, I found, in Gen 3. I just thought the way that the Pokemon leveled up as you moved along the routes, I didn't think they were high enough to get the XP that you needed. Whereas already it feels like it's more balanced here. So I wonder if they made it more difficult to get more like playability out of the game as the generations went on. I'm sure somebody who's more familiar with all of the generations of the games, maybe up to 5 or 6, might be able to tell me excuse me, tell me more about that. But yeah, I think hopefully Gen 1 is a sweet spot in terms of farming XP and stuff. Yeah, Scratch is doing the job here. Okay, nice. This might bring us up to level 9. Yeah, nice. So just a few more battles and we'll be at level 10. I'm just going to heal. But yeah, not a bad start to the episode. I mean, if we can get the gym badge, evolve our first Nidoran, and catch our second Nidoran, and train up to level 10 in, you know, in decent time, 20 minutes or so. I think it's a good pace. I like the when you transition from one area to another and the color palette changes slightly. I think that's it's kind of cool. But yeah, I can't even remember who the second gym is. So that's what's nice about this playthrough. It's been so long that it feels like the first time. So it's still exciting, you know. And Team Rocket, of course, are probably in it, right? I'm surely they are, but that's going to be pretty interesting to go through. Yeah, you take on Giovanni, right? I have a vague memory. Yeah, you do take on Giovanni, right? Yeah, he's the main. Yeah, the primary antagonist, of course. Okay. Oh yeah, so I did add a third rule. You can check the description below, just while we're doing kind of housekeeping stuff at this point. I am going to allow non-poison type Pokemon for HM support, because you can't use Fly or Flash without using non-poison type Pokemon, so you know, just for the sake of navigation alone, I think there's no problem with that. I'm not going to battle, obviously, with non-poison type Pokemon, so I think that's a fair rule. Even something like Flash, I mean, I need Flash to get through those dark areas. It just, I know you can navigate through some of those areas without it, but it's just infinitely more frustrating. So yeah, in terms of the scheduling of this playthrough, I usually don't play by a schedule or according to a schedule, so but typically with Pokemon I try and play once a week. So this is going to be going out on, well, I'm playing currently at Sunday morning, the 5th of October, so you might, if you're watching early, you might see this sometime on Sunday. So I'll generally try and play on a Saturday or Sunday, once a weekend, to try and put out an episode once a week. And I may play an additional episode during midweek sometimes as well, so that's what you can expect. I know I only recorded an episode a couple of days ago, but seeing as we're only getting started, yeah, there's no problem having an extra episode here and there. Oh yeah, we're still level 9. Let's just finish that off. I'd imagine just one more battle. So yeah, I think this female Nidoran also learns double kick, so that will be useful. Oh nice, level 10 already. Okay, so do I need to heal? I mean, yeah, why not? The Pokemon Center's right here. So I suppose the question is, what level should I use the Moonstone? Does it matter? I guess it doesn't really matter, so maybe around level 20, or just whenever I find it, I guess. I'll use it on Nidorino. Okay, so we can progress here. I think this is Route 3. Should I keep... Yeah, let's level up this Nidoran a little bit more. Yeah, this is Route 3. Yeah, so let's see what level 10 Nidoran can do here. Alright, should be okay actually. Oh, I missed. Yeah, sand attack can be pretty frustrating, but oh man, I can't hit at all now. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, I'm just going to run back and heal. I mean, it costs nothing, so... Just while I'm so close to the Pokemon Center, I mean, why not? Okay, so what's down here? Any secret item? No? No. I mean, I can check my world map, actually, that I have from Reddit. And it will tell me if I'm missing something. Feels a little bit cheesy, but I don't, like, it's fine. Alright, so it's the same guy we met in the forest, apparently. Should get decent XP from this battle. I assume his second Pokemon is Metapod. Alright, okay, it's a Weedle. So you can't actually catch Weedle in Pokemon Yellow, which is unfortunate because I think Weedle is split poison type as well. Yeah, Weedle would be a viable option. And obviously Beedrill would be a very cool final evolution to have, but I think we're good so far. I mean, if I can get these two Nidoran on similar levels and just kind of vary between them, I think that would be the best strategy. But yeah, if you've watched episode 1 and you're tuning in to episode 2, thanks very much, and I hope you enjoyed the content. There was a good response to episode 1. I think it's something people are interested in. A poison type only playthrough of Gen 1. Alright, we learned double kick. Okay, I'm just going to use a potion here, I think. I think Gen 1 always draws in an audience, right? It's a bit like Star Wars with the original trilogy. It's just... and perhaps with Pokemon, Gen 1, 2 and 3 is like the equivalent of the original Star Wars trilogy, right? It's actually interesting. You could do a comparison. Like, so Gen 1 is like A New Hope, right? It's the first one in the series. It's really good, but it's not as good, like in my opinion, as the middle one. So Empire Strikes Back, I think, is the best Star Wars movie of the original trilogy, if not of them all. And in my opinion, I think Pokemon Gold, Silver and Crystal Gen 2 are the best in the original trilogy too. And then obviously like Return of the Jedi is really good, the third movie. It's not quite as good as the previous two, and I think it's the same with Pokemon Gen 3, you know? It's kind of interesting. Okay, so youngster wants to fight. Oh nice, Ekans is a very cool Pokemon. It's poison. It's poison type also. Let's swap out here for Nidorino. Actual poison type moves aren't like, they're not that effective really. I think Toxic does automatic poisoning, and then Acid does damage as well. Alright, Nidoran's level 13. It's been really, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It hasn't been difficult to level up Nidoran, basically. So I suppose for this episode, if we reached the next town, that's probably good going, because I think is there 3 floors in Mount Moon? Oh yeah, I need to look up where to find the moonstones as well. I don't want to miss any. So I need 2. I think you can get 3 in the game, but there's 2 in this early part, so we will need to find them. This is good XP though. They're quite generous with the trainers in this area, so I would prefer to battle trainers. I think it's just better content in general, you know, from that point of view, and it's just less boring than walking around in the grass, you know, taking on wild Pokemon. I think it's just more interesting taking on trainers, and they usually have a more interesting selection of Pokemon. I mean, now I'm thinking, should we just keep battling with the female Nidoran until we have Nidorina, until it evolves, and then we will have the 2 middle evolutions. That's probably a good idea. I always liked Kakuna. I think it looks really really alien or something. It's a really interesting sprite design. It also seems to be more generous in terms of PP. The amount of times you can use each move. In Gen 3 it was very restrictive in that sense. Not usually a problem, but it was something that you always had to be aware of. So again, I think that might have been something in Gen 3 just to make the game a little bit more challenging. And to force you to maybe engage with the new Pokemon that were introduced and stuff. I think that might have been part of that. Okay, level 14. We're getting quite close now to the other Nidoran, so yeah, like I mentioned, I'll timestamp this this section of the episode as probably like Route 3 or something, and it'll just make navigation a lot easier. So I didn't do that in my Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Ruby playthroughs that I've recently finished. So it's not like absolutely necessary. It's just something I've thought about, having played those games. So yeah, it might be useful. You know, it's kind of an experiment just to see if it's something that people engage with and enjoy. So, well, not enjoy, but find useful, basically. Let's just maybe swap in Nidorino. Try and spread out the XP if I can. So yeah, if you would like to check out my playthroughs of Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Ruby, excuse me, those playlists are available on my channel. So I have been doing some work on my playlists, and there's a really interesting indie games playlist as well that you might want to check out. There's a lot of Game Boy homebrews in there, so if you want to check those out. There's also NES homebrews and NES-like platformers and stuff, so if you enjoy this kind of content, you may also enjoy my indie games playlist. I also check out like shmups and Steam demos and stuff. Okay, so we can probably take on this guy, yeah. Alright, level 14 Spearow. So there's no point in using double kick here because it's a flying type, so fighting won't be very effective. Alright, level 17, nice. Yeah, I'm very happy with the level progression here. I think it's a good pace. Long may that continue. So let's heal up and then continue on. So yeah, I wonder when we will encounter Jason, our rival, again. It'll be interesting to see what Pokemon he has caught, or what Pokemon are featured in his team at the various stages of the game. But yeah, if you'd like to get involved in the playthrough, you can. You can drop a comment and share your thoughts. If you've any info that might be useful, suggestions, that type of thing, I don't mind. That's okay. And just yeah, general feedback, general thoughts. Are you playing Pokemon? Would you like to play a challenge like this? You know, something that's maybe a little bit more narrative driven and less restrictive than like a Nuzlocke type scenario. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts in that respect. And of course, I'm not going to lie; it's good for the algorithm. That's, you know, but you know, Pokemon is one of those that actually I do quite enjoy the kind of chat that happens in the comments, because I think people who enjoy Pokemon, it's a really nice community. Same with like Pokemon cards, right? And because it's a kind of a shared nostalgia within a certain generation, and people who are kind of only who are like playing the game later and learning about it later, you know, and it's really cool. So yeah, definitely get involved. Or you can lurk, as they would say on Twitch, you know, lurking. You can just watch the video from a distance and enjoy. Okay, I think we're asleep. Yes, we are asleep. Do I have an awakening? Antidote is for poison, right? Let's try and wait it out. Alright, this is not good. How many rounds does this last? It's probably random, I guess. Maybe a max of 5. Oh, it's super effective. What is Jigglypuff? I think they have Fairy type in Gen 1, right? Or maybe not. Oh, fighting is super effective against normal. I did not know that. Alright, okay. Okay, we are 1 level away here from evolving. That will just save us a trip back to the Pokemon Center. Okay, so let me just see where we are. Alright, so we will be approaching Mount Moon. So there are no Pokemon here that we can catch. We have, I'm just checking the Bulbapedia entry for Route 3. You have Mankey, Sandshrew, Spearow and Rattata. Yeah, so that's not going to... There's nothing there for us in terms of poison type. So yeah, what's nice about taking on all those trainers is that I don't need to farm XP in that grassy area. So you can actually buy a Magikarp. That's the guy that they were... that person was talking about back in Pewter City. So we won't be buying a Magikarp. Unlike that person in Pewter City. It's always hard to say. I hate saying that. Pewter. It's such an awkward name to say. Let's see. Alright, so we've done everything we need to do, I think. Let's just heal up to restore PP and stuff. Alright, so here's the question. Is it going to be dark in here because we don't have flash? No, okay, it's not. But this looks awesome. It's been so long. Zubat as a bloodsucker. That's cool. It's very Halloween-y, right? Oh, this is actually a trainer. I thought it was like a... just an NPC. Well, it is an NPC, but I didn't think it was a trainer. Okay, so I am going to check my... Actually, before I check the map, okay, Moonstone locations. Okay, so somebody says in the upper left corner of Mount Moon, first floor. Okay, so Mount Moon before facing Super Nerd. There's a narrow path, and in the end of the path, just examine the wall. And then Mount Moon behind the hiker. Alright. Ah, yes. Okay, I do know. So we are going to take it. There's quite a few trainers here. We're going to take them on just to get the XP. So there are some items here to the left. And there is a moonstone on this floor as well. Alright, not very effective, of course. Oh yeah, fighting is it's not very effective against poison, funny enough. Oh nice, so we will have our second evolution here. Nice, so we have Nidoran. Very cool sprite. Alright, so there we have our two mid-evolutions. So this is not the Moonstone. It's just a potion. Okay, so there, okay, level 9 Zubat. So if we do need a Zubat, we can come here to catch one. Alright, TM12, what's that? Alright, so I have to actually check. Oh, it's actually water gun. That's interesting. Oh, so you can teach it to the Nidoran Pokemon as well, okay. So I'm going to hold on to that just for the moment. Yeah, this is a great episode in terms of just key moments. Like, these little items and stuff are so important. I'm just going to pause it for 1 second. Okay, let's continue here. So hopefully the encounter rate is not too punishing. How do I get to the left? Alright, you just go up and around. Alright, I do like the sprite for Oddish, very cool. Okay, so fighting is not an option here, I don't think. No. So not very effective, obviously, because we are poison. So yeah, I will be looking to catch a... oh, Bellsprout as well. Yeah, probably both of these Pokemon. If you've watched my Pokemon Gold playthrough, you will know that Bellsprout was a very important feature in that playthrough. I say that kind of jokingly. It was a funny... there was a whole thing about whether I should or should not catch a Bellsprout. And yeah, you should check that out. It's probably like 3 or 4 episodes in, but it's very funny. But I ended up keeping it till the Elite Four. and actually proved to be a pretty useful Pokemon once evolved into Weeping Bell. So yeah, it's just unfortunate that we couldn't buy any repels at this point. I wonder if it's worth catching a level 9 Zubat. Or maybe I'll wait. Yeah, maybe I'll wait. I don't think I need it just yet. So once Nidorina gets to level 17, I'm going to swap out for Nidorino. And yeah, just to try and keep them on, but not like exactly the same, but just to keep them roughly on par. I mean, the Nidoran evolution line is kind of OP in the early stage at least, because you come up against a lot of normal type. And obviously then the fighting move is also super effective against Brock and the rock type Pokemon. I did unclick pause, didn't I? Yes, we are good, we are good. We are recording. What type is Leech Life? Why was that super effective? Oh, it's a bug type move. Okay, yeah, so bug type is super effective. So that's I need to be aware of that as well. Okay, I'm going to focus on Nidorino now and try and get him to level 20. Oh yeah, of course, you can use the double kick here to farm XP as well. So I think this is where we find our first Moonstone. Just behind the hiker here. Yeah, should be no difficulties here. I'm going to just have a quick peek at what the next gym is. So let's see. Gen 1, because I just want to be aware of the types that I might be coming up against. Okay, water. Oh, Misty is the second gym. Okay, in Cerulean City. Okay. So that's not too bad. That's doable. I think we're neutral against each other. So should be no issues there. Obviously, Pikachu would have been super effective. Alright, we have a Moonstone, so I'm not going to use it just yet, but we can use it to evolve one of the Nidoran into the final evolution. So I might save that for episode 3, just for another kind of key event. I must check, actually. I'm just going to pause it real quick. So I must check. So let's check. So Nidorino. Nidorino. So just in terms of the learn set, is there anything that we need to wait for before we evolve? No, I think is the answer to that question. Poison Sting at level 19. Let's see. And Nidorina is the same. Although it learns... Okay, Bite at level 36. That's not really too much of a concern. So... And then in terms of Nidoqueen... Oh, it does. It learns Body Slam at level 23. So we need to evolve before 23. And in terms of Nidoking, yeah, it learns Trash at level 23. So we need to evolve before 23. So let's evolve at, 21 or something like that. Alright, so there's just a few more trainers on this floor that we need to take care of, and that's kind of the main chunk of Mount Moon, I think. So let's just see here. There's a few more down to the bottom right. The encounter rate is not too punishing. Okay, there's a free escape rope. I didn't need to buy one. Nice. Rare candy. Now somebody can probably tell me in the comment section. I do remember doing the rare candy cheat years ago. I think in one of the later cities or towns. I can't quite remember what you have to do. I'm not going to be doing any kind of a glitch or cheats, but I do remember doing it, and I can't remember if it was in, I think it was Pokemon Blue. I think it was something where you had to save the game and then load it or something, and you would have more rare candies, or you stored it in the PC, I think. There was some glitch, I can't quite remember. But yeah, it was definitely one of the later cities, one of the seaside or the coastal cities, I think. Alright, so I don't want to get lost here, so there is one more item and trainer just to the left here. Oh, I think this is where you find the second moonstone. Okay, Magnemite, what are we going to do here? It's just going to be electric, right? I don't think there's steel in Gen 1. Let's try, I guess, double kick. Alright, so obviously Magnemite is a lot easier because it's not split steel type. Alright, level 19. Alright, so it did say somewhere that there was a moonstone before, somewhere around where you faced the super nerd. That's me, by the way. I'm in the game. Look, super nerd. They literally just put me in the game. But okay, let me just see. Pokemon Yellow. Let's see. So, Mount Moon, before facing the super nerd, there's a narrow path, and in the end of the path, just examine the wall. Where's the path? Okay, now the encounter rate's getting a little bit more frequent now, so I just kind of want to wrap this up and find this moonstone. So let me just see. Somebody that inspect the wall. Let me see. Maybe this is on another floor. There is a corridor 4 spaces long and 1 space wide. So this must be on another level. I guess. Alright, let me just see. I'm going to pause for a second so I can find this. Okay, yeah, it's a floor. It's a floor up. Or down, I guess. Alright, so I think this is Team Rocket. Yeah. The Pokemon Gangsters. So yeah, there is a small little kind of corridor or section of this area that you just click on the wall, basically. How lucky is it that you can find 2, right? Alright, HP up, that's always nice. So let me just check my map real quick. So we are on the 3rd section. Alright, okay, so we're going to have to go back up and then drop down. Okay, so is there, like, where's the exit? Okay, so we need to go back up because we're actually locked in here. So let's see, so I came out here. So I'm trying to see which ladder I'm supposed to drop down. So F, apparently. Or E. So where's E? Sorry, F is the item, so okay, C. Okay, it's not very clear on the map, so I'm just going to go to the next ladder and hope for the best. Okay, yeah, that wasn't even the right one, but there is an item here we can collect. Yeah, I think as you progress, the encounter rate definitely goes. It's definitely more frequent. Alright, we got TM1. Mega Punch. Okay, not able. But yeah, this will be a decent episode insofar as, like, this was a big area to cover. You know, and I did a bit of, I farmed for XP and I got my first gym badge as well, so quite a decent episode in terms of those key events like I was mentioning. Alright, level 20. Okay, so I might swap out for Nidoran. Oh yeah, that's not going to work. Well, I mean, it does some damage. Oh, so you can't actually attack when Wrap is in play? Oh no, you can, okay. Oh, I need to heal. Yeah, I definitely need to heal. Let me check. Yeah, that should be okay for the minute. Oh no, let's just heal up fully. And yeah, let's swap around these Pokemon, okay. The music is awesome. It would almost remind you of Castlevania, or even the Super Mario Underground levels. But yeah, later on in the playthrough we will have repels, so fear not. We won't have to go through all of these wild encounters. It's particularly cruel that they didn't allow you to buy repels before this point. Do you know what? Level 10 Zubat. No, I don't need it. I don't need it just yet. And there might be another opportunity to... man, the encounter rate is mad here. Okay, now we've Wild Paris. Alright, let me see where I am. Okay, I think I'm where I need to be. That sounded very philosophical. I am where I need to be. But yeah, I think we found the right exit. I see that YouTube have added a new feature, collaborations, which is, I think it's cool. I like it. So it means that, you know, if you have a secondary channel or you work with another channel on a video, you can tag them basically and it appears on all the channels, I think. It's quite a nice feature actually. I think it looks good. I'm a fan. I don't think it'll serve any purpose for me at the moment, but like if I ever did like multiplayer content, for example, you could collab, you could tag other people, and it would appear on everybody's profile or something. So yeah, not too bad. I think it's cool. All right, so we have our first confusion of the game. Can we can pass it, okay. Okay, so wait a minute, where am I? Okay, I need to walk all the way around. Okay, so here is our moonstone. Nice. So we have our 2 moonstones. So that's key. So that's the super nerd in question. Okay, level 11 Zubat. I mean, that could be handy to catch. Although, I think there will be more caves. So, we don't need to catch that just yet. Level 30, it just keeps going up. I mean, level 13 is quite enticing, but again, I think there will be opportunities. Yeah, there will be plenty of opportunities to catch Zubat later on. Alright, so we have the super nerd here again. Funny enough, we will probably come up against a lot of poison type playing against Team Rocket, although Super Nerd is not technically Team Rocket, but Coughing obviously is the iconic poison type from Gen 1. I need to stop using fighting against poison. I mean, it still does some damage. It's not a disaster. Oh, scratch it. Okay, never mind. That's okay. So that disable does wear off. Okay. I mean, we don't even need like. I mean, I taught poison. I let Nidoran learn Poison Sting, but it doesn't really matter. So we want the Dome Fossil, or do we want the Helix Fossil? I mean, we picked this one first, so... I mean, we won't be using Fossil Pokemon, so... I mean, it's almost every 2 steps at this point. But I think we're near the end, I think. That's the exit there, I think. Ah, we've Jesse and James. Prepare for trouble and make it double. So... Level 14 Ekans. Should be okay. I'm being mindful not to use double kick. See, I think my brain just logs the highest damage move and then I just kind of default to that every time, and instead of actually thinking about which type is going to work. But I'm getting better. Okay, Meowth. Meowth is obviously an iconic Pokemon at this stage as well, so fighting should be okay here. I think Meowth is normal type, so it should be super effective. Alright, this could be poison, I think. Oh no, we're okay. We're okay. It was just a poison attack. Alright, level 20, nice. So as I said, I'm going to use the Moonstone on both Nidorina and Nidorino at level 21. Alright, so we beat Jesse and James, nice. And we have cleared Mount Moon. And we're on Route 4 to Cerulean. Okay, so I'm just going to save it there. Because, yeah, that was a lot. So I think we are looking at more trainers here. So maybe this is a good point. Okay, actually there is an item we can get. And we can actually go to Cerulean, I think. Yeah, why not? Let's finish it out. So there is a secret item here. Okay, so this is Route 4. What Pokemon are available? Interesting, in Pokemon Red you can catch an Ekans here. But in Yellow it's just Mankey, Sandshrew, Spearow and Rattata. So, nothing of interest, really. Okay, so that is Whirlwind, TM4. I don't think I missed anything else. I think that's everything at that point. Ooh, look at this. Everything's blue. I guess, is Cerulean a colour of blue, I'm guessing? A bright, intense shade of sky blue with a hint of green, apparently. So let's heal up. Okay, that was really good progress. That was like 2 episodes in one nearly. What time are we at here? 1:30, yeah, that was a good episode. Alright, so everybody's mentioning Bill. Okay, so I am going to save it here. And we can explore Cerulean City in the next episode. Just going to do a double save just to be sure. So we're just at 2 hours and 50. So I think that's good timing. So yeah, that was episode 2 of the poison type only challenge. Let's have a quick look at our team. So level 20 Nidorina and level 20 Nidorino. So in the next episode we will be seeing Nido King and Nido Queen. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so thanks very much for watching the episode. If you enjoy this type of content and if you enjoy Pokemon, be sure to get involved in the comments. And I will be back again soon during the week with some indie games, and hopefully next weekend with episode 3 of this playthrough. So yeah, thanks very much for watching.